Hello. Um, on my way home from school. This is kind of like a redo from the one this morning. I tried to do a story time video, but I went way past the limit, and so I deleted it. I was like, okay, I'll just start one today, and there's more light, and hopefully, no more people. I already had 2 to 3 people while I was vlogging either be walking in front of me, like a few feet in front of me, or someone behind me. The first one was a guy in a pullover and sweats. He looked like he was on the way to school as well. And the other one was some old lady, I think as well, was out jogging in the morning or whatever. Anyway, I should have a bit more time today before I get home to tell you guys a story from my awkward, chaotic life. This would be the story of how I met a stranger at the fair in the dark, and wait, hold on. I thought it was one of my art teachers from there. Like, is that Micah? Never mind. Anyway, this would be the time, yes, meeting a stranger in the middle of the dark at the fair, and he escorted me back into the fair since he was heading there that way anyway. It was so weird and awkward. I wanted to scream, punch him in the balls, or just see where this went. I kind of went with the last choice, stupidly. All right, here it goes. I'm one of those people who, when traveling with family, mostly family, I tend to space out a lot whether I'm listening to music or mostly with my music usually. And I just wander away usually. I would say, I'm going to go over here, I'm going to go quit this, and I'll meet you over there. But ironically, when I get that done, I start wandering around through the store, spacing out, going over there, and then over there. Usually that happens when shopping or the fair. This time it was the fair. And I was happening to ride with my other cousin, Christopher, who was at this time 17, I think. And he's a tall white boy. Tall. I mean, literally there's probably a few inches of fat on him, but the rest of it's muscle or height. He's like 6'10" or something like that. I don't know. I'm not very close to him, so I don't know much. Anyway, he had this little red car that he drove around, and I happened to be his passenger when I was kind of hoping, I'm not sure about him, but I more or less wanted to hang out with Casey and Steve just have some, just kind of a wild moment of going to the fair at night, even though I was sure I could pay for myself and some shopping later and then go home. I didn't mind walking around. I was so wrong this time. It got pretty late, and we were heading past the fur traders area. And in this fur traders area, there's a lot of course, fur, Native American stuff, rocks and shells and all that stuff. And past that is this little, one of the, what are they called? Conventional buildings, something like that. It's where all the booths are, where you buy food and goodies and crafts like that. So we went there, and I was like, I want to go over here. I'm going to go in there and look around, and I'll wait outside for you. And they did that. We watched a little magic show or something like that. I don't know. This was quite a while ago. And as soon as they were busy, I just kind of wandered away from the group and started walking and walking. It's getting later and later until I was ready at the gates, heading into the parking lot and going into the parking lot to go find the car and wait by the car. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm bored. I can play with the stuff I have, listen to music for a while. But of course, as soon as I got to the car, I realized a few things. One, sorry, don't get started that much. Fucking dogs. Anyway, I hate stupid dogs. I hate dogs that do that. Anyway, I realized, one, my phone was dying. It was at like 10-something%. Two, I was literally pretty much alone. Three, I was pretty sure they were either looking for me or walking around some more. I tried to text them, but no one answered. I don't think I tried calling. I was kind of going on high alert. I am kind of a night owl, but once it gets to that point where I'm alone at night, then my senses like go through the roof. Anyway, I waited and waited and waited. I was like, okay. I went inside once, I think, to go look for them. In the last places I seen them, nothing. So I came back out, waited by the car, and that was the time I kind of played with the things I bought. I think I brought a wok, like a crystal, and I bought my first dagger, kind of an Egyptian dagger that had a wavy blade and some strange wicked shit on the handle. I was pretty proud of myself. It was like $25 or something. The edge is the tip is pretty dull and rounded, so I wasn't too worried. And I was kind of just leaning on the fence playing with the blade, and all of a sudden this tall black guy comes over. Not black guy, it kind of felt like he was around my age. I think he said it was 21 or 19 or something like that. And we kind of started talking. Apparently he just came back from the army, came here to have fun. He thought I was some crazy psycho goth girl, and I was going to stab him, which I admit kind of made me laugh. And I explained my predicament. I was just about to go look in there. It's like, oh, okay. I'll just, would it be okay if I'll act as your escort? And he did all gentlemanly. He straightened his back and everything. I was like, oh my God, this guy is either a dumbass to think I would fall for that, or he's the real deal. Or the other half, he's a psychopathic rapist. You know, you never know with kids around your age anyway. So I was like, okay, I'll escort you in. And then after I got in, I turned around to look, and I didn't see him at all. And I was the one who got ahead first. So, yeah, I don't remember his name. I just know that he just returned from the army, and he was here to have some fun with some of his friends or something like that. Hold on. God, my throat's so dry. Anyway, sorry, there's people. Anyway, I walked in, tried to find them, and hold on. Hurry up, you dumb fool. Go. If you don't go, I'll personally. and pause it a little longer. There's some guy here with a dog. So hold on. I just don't want to get killed. Oh, no, it's a runaway dog. Sorry. I don't exactly want to explain my vlogging yet to anyone. Anyway, I went in and tried to find him as this time was getting super late, close to the time that, the fair would be closing down. Already half of it was, lights turned off and everything. So I was like, okay, I might as well go back to the car. They should be coming out any moment. So I waited and waited and waited. And by the time my phone already died, so I was pretty much kind of hanging out on the car. And finally, who happens to be walking down the parking lot, Christopher. He's like, where have you been? I was like, I've been here the whole time. And of course, the back and forth thing of, we tried looking for you. Casey and Steve already left. Do you want to ride with me? And I was like, yeah. So I went home and hadn't quite told this story much to anyone lately. So yeah, I wander that much because, one, I'm a daydreamer. 2, I'm an artist, so my mind's gonna wander. So far, I've only felt like I've gotten across maybe a few states. Or cities, at least. And 2, since I'm kind of deeply disconnected from family, at least not to the point where it's a health problem, it's kind of more of a mental problem. And a bit of an emotional problem. I always wanted to at least try what hanging out with a therapist would do. Even though it costs money, and sometimes the doctor would not care at all or anything. I still want to try. I still have friends online that I talk to that helps ease some of the pressure. But I still feel like a therapist might actually help me. Alright, well that's my story. Leave a like below or something if you want to hear another one. Pretty sure I can think of something if I can remember it. Alright, ugly greenhouse. Actually no, it's pretty ugly. Alright, toodaloo and bye.